What do you get when 20 of the best gacha games gets ranked with your votes? This video. AG Nation, I'm Ben, and today on Android GameSpot, 20 of the best gacha games on mobile voted by you. The voting took place at the community page of this channel, and there was one game per vote, and one vote equals 1 point. Chapters and download links are down in the box below, and without any further ado, let's do this! In number 20 with 8 votes is Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. DFF Opera Omnia has the legendary heroes and villains from the Final Fantasy franchise join forces in a gripping tale of mighty deities and a world in jeopardy. If you're a Final Fantasy fan, you will certainly enjoy putting together a team with your favorite characters, all games combined, and if you're new to this universe or RPGs in general, the developers made the game very user-friendly, and Dissidia is a great way to dive into the Final Fantasy series. Awesome plot, drama, and intense action. The combat is turn-based and it's both simple and strategic. The strategy element comes into play through the bravery system, which is unique to the game, and it's also pushed you to balance your offense and defense. All in all, Dissidia Final Fantasy has a lot to offer for both die-hard fans and newcomers. Number 19 with 10 points, My Hero Academia, The Strongest Hero. I am just getting into My Hero Academia, and between the anime and manga, I chose the manga route. The Strongest Hero came out in 2021, and shout out if you were there when I did that live stream of the game, and if you've missed it, I'll leave a link down below. I want to say that you will get more kicks out of playing this one if you are already a fan of the anime. You get to play as one of the many characters from the show and form teams as well. The visuals are cel-shaded and look very nice, but the game is aggressively trying to get you to spend money, so if you're looking for a way to get into the world of My Hero Academia, you're probably better off sticking to the show, or in my case, the manga. With 11 votes is Another Eden in number 18. One of the first things that stand out with Another Eden is that it doesn't go all out on you with the social elements and login bonuses, and it's a nice change from what all the other gacha games are doing. This is the perfect game for an old school JRPG adventure with no attached shenanigans. The story is really good, and I mean, how could it not be, seeing as it was written by Chrono Trigger director Masato Kato. The characters are interesting, the side quests are engaging, and the soundtrack is on point. Add to that the beautiful art style and the fact that Another Eden wants you to play it at your own pace, and you got one of the best gacha RPGs ever made. And if it was up to me, this will be ranked way in the top spots. Highly recommend this one. Number 17 with 12 votes is Bleach Brave Souls. For those of you who don't know, I am a big fan of Bleach, and I'm not talking about Trump's idea for a cure for COVID. Bleach Brave Souls is a game based on the popular anime, and at its core, it's a 3D action gacha with both PvP and PvE modes. The fans will be happy to know that Brave Souls is actually officially licensed, so that means you can play with the characters from the 13 Court Guard squads, the Espada, Execution, and the Stern Ritter. And if you're already familiar with the story and worry about the game being repetitive, worry not, I say, as the game lets you experience the Bleach story in a new way. 17 votes put Marvel Strike Force in the 16th place. Marvel Strike Force speaks to the fans of Marvel on one hand and gacha fans on the other, but if you're both, well, welcome to Happy Campers Town. Marvel Strike Force features strategic combat, teamwork, and this goes without saying, some stunning visuals. You can of course play as your favorite characters from the Marvel universe, and we're talking Doctor Strange, Loki, Venom, Spidey, and more from the Marvel gang. Also, you will be able to watch some of the clips from the original movie during the clashes. Number 15 with 18 points is Nier Reincarnation. One of the most anticipated games of the year is finally here, and Nier Reincarnation is an absolutely gorgeous gacha RPG with an amazing musical score attached. The game definitely has that atmosphere and vibes that the Nier series is known for, and yes, this being a free-to-play game, there are microtransactions, but thankfully they're not invasive like in most mobile games. As for the combat, the game controls well, and the mechanics feel gripping and rewarding. This is easily one of the best gacha RPGs out in 2021, and it feels like you're playing a console game in the palm of your hands. Number 14 with 19 points is 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, which is a turn-based RPG based on the anime. The single-player campaign takes you through the storyline of the first season, and the whole experience, with the beautiful cel-shaded graphics included, is very immersive. Besides the campaign, the game also features co-op and real-time PvP modes for when you want to take a break from the story and try something different, and in case none of your friends are playing this, there's a lobby that lets you find and befriend players from around the world. 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross is definitely a decent game worth trying. Tied with 7 Deadly Sins is Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle in number 13, which sees you creating teams from your favorite Dragon Ball characters to take down a whole lot of the infamous DBZ enemies thanks to time traveling. The game is a mix of board game and puzzle fighter as you'll be moving through the overworld with a set number of moves per turn to travel based on the dice rollout. The combat mechanics are pretty easy to get a hang of and the graphics are faithful to the source material. This is one of the 2 Dragon Ball games available for fans on mobile. Number 12 with 20 points, Punishing Grey Raven. Another game that I've live streamed on day 1 is Punishing Grey Raven, which is the long-awaited Honkai Impact 3rd nemesis. The game is a pretty stylish hack and slash RPG set in a post-apocalyptic future. The story, without going into any spoilers, is about humanity which is near extinction after a fatal virus wiped most of organic life on the planet, and your mission is to fight back the corrupted machines who've caused it. The gacha pulling system is fun and the combat is flashy, fast-paced, and if I may, explosive. There's also less grinding here, so perfect for those sessions on the go. Ranking in the 11th spot with 21 points, Dragon Ball Legends is not only the second DB game in this video but also my favorite of the 2, and it covers the entire Dragon Ball universe in a single game, which is nice. Legends feature a main character called Shallot, which was created and designed by Dragon Ball creators especially for this game. You can of course play as other characters and the story features a tournament where you need to take down the Dragon Ball legendary warriors to claim the title of strongest in the universe. And the in-game currency can be earned by completing story missions, quests and special events. Try it out. Landing in the 10th spot, we have Nintendo's action RPG Dragalia Lost. The game is all about slaying monsters and bosses, developing relationships with dragons because why not? And you can even transform into one yourself and fight as a winged beast, which I gotta say is my favorite part of the game. You'll be of course pulling the gacha system to add to your team, and there's a focus here on character development and the story is an engaging one. Nintendo revealed that Dragalia Lost already earned a whopping $100 million from both the Android and iOS platforms, and although being a couple of years old, it is still getting updates and new events to date. Number 9 with 24 points, Raid Shadow Legends. The world of Teleria is dying, and in order to save it, you must recruit the most legendary warriors from the forces of light and darkness. That is the premise of Raid Shadow Legends. You must also train your party to fight alongside each other and turn them into killing machines. Raid Shadow Legends features some stunning visuals set in a fantasy RPG world with hundreds of champions to pull from the 14 playable factions. You can also team up with other players from around the globe in co-op clan challenges to slay demons and monsters and reap the epic chests as a reward. Number 8 with 26 points, Alchemy Stars. Alchemy Stars combine puzzles with turn-based combat and has over 10 million downloads to date. It has some gorgeous anime visuals, a great soundtrack and engagingly challenging gameplay that forces you to think about your moves. One of the things that is worth mentioning here is how it combines story, battle action and interactive dialogue in a seamless way. Yes, the game is on the grindy side and the AI isn't particularly smart if you opt for the autoplay option, which I don't recommend, but other than that, there is a lot of fun to have playing this one. In 7th place with 27 points is Pokémon Masters X, a gacha RPG inspired from the Pokémon universe and more specifically the original anime with Ash. The game takes place on Paseo and you will play as a Pokémon trainer, collecting Pokémon where the gacha elements come in and battling other trainers. The ultimate goal here is to win the title of Pokémon Master League Champion. Besides Pokémon, you will also be recruiting trainers from other Pokémon games in the franchise. The best way I could describe this game is a Pokémon Stadium with gacha elements and some story dialogues in between. Fun enough if you're a fan of the universe. Number 6 with 30 points, Arknights. There is no denying it, some genres work better on mobile than others, and that's the case for tower defense. Add drawing heroes to the classic gacha system and you have the two elements of a successful formula that is Arknights. The battle system has you placing your team party on the field rather than cannons or turrets as in standard tower defense games, and you can have an army of up to 200 soldiers, and I mean, how cool is that? The game also features a PvP mode if you're into that, but the single player campaign is plenty to keep you busy for a while. Guardian Tales land in 5th place with 31 points and is one of my all-time favorite gacha RPGs on mobile. This is a classic adventure that's filled with puzzles, dungeons and some cute and equally charming characters. The combat is action-based, and the visuals are a love letter to the 16-bit RPGs from the time of the SNES and Sega Genesis or Mega Drive. There's also a competitive mode which lets you climb the ranks, and last but not least, you can own up to 50 monsters and summon them anytime to help you in battle. There's also a guild system where you can create your own and invite friends to join and partner up to remodel your castle. Highly recommend this one. Number 4 with 40 points, Fire Emblem Heroes. Released almost 5 years ago, Fire Emblem Heroes is still one of the most popular gacha RPGs on mobile, and as of 2020, it brought Nintendo over $600 million and many awards along the way. Heroes being the first RPG Nintendo launched on mobile, the game is still getting frequent updates, and you will have a huge roster of characters to make your party and more than 1300 stages where you will use the best tactics to defeat the enemy. The visuals are faithful to the series and the story is decent enough, but the combat here is the golden nugget and the main reason this game is so freaking addictive. In third place with 62 points is Epic 7. Epic 7 is hands down one of the best action RPG for the anime fan, and the game excels at 3 things: good character design, deep theory crafting, and a decent grinding experience. Which also means that the most rewarding playstyle with Epic 7 comes from playing for the long term. The game is very grindy if you're looking to stick to F2P gameplay, but the game has an engaging story and combat, fun side quests, and constant updates that keep the gameplay fun and fresh, as there's always something new to do or to unlock. Landing in the second spot with 90 points is miHoYo's first hit, Honkai Impact 3rd, and while the game has been out for a few years now, it is still one of the most gorgeous gachas to play on mobile today. There's a ton of unique and cool weapons and skills, the character design is awesome, and the action is fast-paced and flashy. As for the summons, as a frequent player, the game will keep the rewards flowing your way, so you don't really have to spend money for that, and there's always something fun to do with the game still getting frequent updates. Number 1 is the winner of this list, and the game that received the most votes with 121 points is none other than Genshin Impact, and the game needs no introductions. It is miHoYo's second hit and first open world game which deals with elemental magic and has been compared, for better or for worse, to Zelda Breath of the Wild. Genshin Impact won many awards, including Google Play's Best Game of 2020. The game features gorgeous graphics that are anime-inspired, smooth combat mechanics, and a beautiful music score that works very well with the settings. This is a masterpiece that is well crafted and delivers one of the absolute best gacha RPG AAA game experiences you can have on mobile, and if you haven't played it yet, by all means, give it a shot. And that sums up the 20 best gacha games voted by you. And now I want to hear from you in the comments. Which games are missing from the list, and would you rank some games higher or lower? Of course, as always, if you enjoyed this video, clicking the like button does help me out a lot, and I would really appreciate that. And if you're new, consider subscribing because I'll put out new videos like this every week. Also, special thanks to my YouTube members, and link down below if you want to support my channel. Once again, I'm Ben, thank you AG Nation for watching, and I'll see you next time, right here on Android GameSpot. Stay epic!